All right, I'd like to start by addressing a point that somebody already brought up in chat that I'm sure is going to get mentioned when I put this video on YouTube. Someone in chat said, Narset and Saheeli look rough with Kaya's Wrath as a card we're playing. How easy it is to cast your spells is not dictated in the slightest by your spells. It is dictated by the lands you're playing and how many mana symbols you have in your lands. So, this deck has 16 blue sources, 16 white sources, and 16 black sources. So, just because I'm playing these cards doesn't mean I'm skimping on my land. So, I would agree that these two things would be greedy to play in a deck if I had a bunch of colorless lands and 25 lands. But by having a lot of dual lands in my deck, I can mathematically cast all of these cards with a good amount of consistency. And that's what we care about here. We care about the math. One last look over what we have going on here before I dive in reveals to me that the person who submitted this, 16 is not enough to cast double blue on 3. All right, you're gonna make me do the math. Turn 3 on the play. I've seen 9 cards. I am 76% to cast a double blue spell on 3. If I see just one more card via a Search for Azcanta or a Thought Erasure, I am 82% to cast a double blue card on 3. And again, one of the many things people forget when they just blindly plug in Frank's numbers is the fact that cards that let you see more cards and cantrips increase your probabilities of casting these cards. So turn 3 on the play, if I have a Search or a Thought Erasure, I'm 82% to cast this on curve with 16 blue sources. If I'm on the draw with one of those cards, I'm 86% to cast it. So again, this is one of the reasons why Magic deck building is so deep and has so many layers to it, is because there's a lot of things you have to consider. It's not just you plug numbers into a table that Frank Karsten calculated online and it's the truth, the light, and the word, and that's everything. Yeah, and I'm sure he says that in the article, but a lot of people just look at the tables and ignore what's actually written, right? Like, there's a lot of people that blindly just follow and quote the actual numbers that are listed there instead of thinking critically about what they mean and reading the surrounding text. So I'm not blaming Frank. I'm blaming people that lazily just take the numbers and say, this is what you have to have. Frank does excellent work. Yeah, people do limited set reviews as well. I agree. It's very, people want shortcuts, right? And one of the things we talk about constantly here on stream is that there really aren't shortcuts in Magic a lot of the time. There isn't a replacement for like doing the work and thinking about what you have going on. I studied economics. When facts disprove my math, I choose to reject reality. Another thing to consider too that I think enough people don't consider a lot of the time too when they're talking about mana math is, like, take Narset for example. Narset's a card that I don't strictly need to be casting on turn 3. So like, especially if I'm activating a map, if I'm comfortable not playing Narset till turn 4 or 5, my percentages change yet again. Oh, Dr. Jack, I'm sorry. Welcome. Thanks for the 2 months. I got a credit card. Time to buy myself freedom of speech. Well, thanks for keeping me around. I do appreciate it. Sorry I was ranting during your sub. Bolas being my permanent avatar is this is the avatar way of flexing your wallet in Arena right now, so it seems appropriate. Correct, that too. One of the best decks last season was basically casting Absorb and Kaya's Wrath with no issues. Very little. That's not true. I wouldn't say no issues, with few issues. The topic for this morning's rant was people blindly following Frank's numbers without giving context to the data. That's brutal. I used to wait all the time for your YouTube clips playing Paper Magic with Matt. I used to get texts to the meteor all the time too. Oh, you've been around the block for a while. Well, good to have you here. Glad you're doing well. Oh. Huh. Should we have more Oath of Kaya in our deck? Oath of Teferi is a lot less embarrassing when it can blink Oath of Kaya, huh? These two cards actually play really well together. Time to buy a new mouse to prepare for the coming sword swinging. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Gengar, for the 11 months. That's fantastic. Because, like, generally speaking, I've been pretty down on this card because it's not, it doesn't impact the board the turn you play it if you don't have Planeswalkers. But having Oath of Kaya changes that dynamic a little bit. I'm going to draw a card here because I could hit a land to play. Yeah, we're about to kill Thief, exactly. Yeah, huh, maybe I want more of this card. Oath can flip Treasure Cove back into map. That's a sweet one, too. Hey, Yeti, thanks for being here. There might have been an argument for burning my last two treasures to Thought Erasure them last turn. Although we just drew Kaya's Wrath, so... do I lead on this to try and stop a veto? Gosh, it feels like they have a veto, huh? Do I burn my treasures in Thought Erasure? Oh, Despark. Okay. That's fine. Forever support. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Trust me. I have a plan.
Joke's on you, opponent. I wasn't gonna use my search for Azcanta this turn anyways.
Please stop.
Please stop.
Here goes nothing.
I know 88 ways to keep an open mind.
Why does this deck not have Time Raveler in it? I don't know. It's a good question. No, something's got to give, basically. Like, there's only so much room for things that generate card advantage. I guess Time Raveler technically impacts the board, huh? Zero of him in a deck that can make blue and white mana is probably wrong. He's probably better than Kaya, huh? Kaya's been a little lackluster.
Meditate and prepare.
This will aid us.
That was, as the kids would say, lit fam, I believe. So much. They yeeted them all around there. All right, so Kaya's not very good here. Despark doesn't seem very... Is Despark good? I'm going to trim Veto. I think I want to just be like more... less proactive, more removal and less counter spells. Cheddar is no cheese. Thanks for doling out a sub gift. I appreciate that. Is Mortify too slow? Mortify might be too slow. Morning Out Rose. Yeah, I guess like killing their early plays is pretty important. I've got these 4 plus these 4 plus these. Let's try this. Sounds good, Cheddar. Thank you. His hand wants a shock land, but the spells are pretty good. If we get a shock land, we get to go like 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. These are my cards. My cards are great. More Jeff Bucks, more entertainment. Thanks for always making the great content. Thanks for the 5 months, Silent. Welcome back. Whoa, Chobo Muffin coming in hot with the 5 sub-gifteroonies. Let me know. Be sure to take a peek at the deck queue and let me know if there's a deck in there you'd like to see a little bit sooner. As always, I'd encourage people who support my content to dictate what we play and when we play it. It's a good draw. What an interesting creature. Well, they know about this, right? So they know their thing is dead here. Dealer's Choice sounds good, thank you. And Karn don't really care about Narset's downtick here, right? In fact, Karn's gonna do this, and then Karn's gonna do this, and then Saheeli's gonna say, you copy you, and then you kill Narset. These two are real good together.
I concede.
Trust we need to move quickly.
Yeah, Karn's uptick is not considered drawing a card.
Good choice.
Do 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 Grenavier coming in hot with the 15 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I want another Oath of Kaya because it's good with Oath of Teferi. I think I'm going to trim Kaya in general. I'm going to a couple little Tef in here. What else were we talking about potentially being good? I feel like we were discussing other things. I feel like I'd rather just have these vetoes in the board. Let me get another Mortify in the main. That card just like good in the format in general. And I don't know that we really need Big Lily. I kind of wouldn't mind another Scorn. I feel like having a bunch of cheap removal is good, but I guess I have Mortify and Oath and Wrath too. I wouldn't mind having probably rolling another Planeswalker here in the main deck. Narset's pretty good here. She digs to like Wrath and stuff. That gives me room for a third Teferi in the sideboard. I think Davriel's probably like not a great 3-mana Planeswalker. I'll put another Ugin in the sideboard. Contempt or Cruelty. Oh, I like Obnix's. I like Obnix's Cruelty a lot, actually. Obnix's Cruelty here gives me 1, 2, 3 ways to exile Rekindling Phoenix. Thanks, Otros. I've really been impressed with this card in general. I think that seems good. Alright. Correct, Ozzy Pants. Seems like a little slow, but we're on the play, and if they are playing something aggressive, Oath of Kaya buys us a little bit of time, which is nice. Ooh, that's great. If they're not something aggressive, that's a very good draw. What's the best Grixis deck I've played? Probably the Grixis Amass deck. But I would like to stress that none of the Grixis decks I've played so far feels super powerful. Oath of Teferi is also absurd with Narset, right? Because it resets this Planeswalker. Which, it feels like these kind of effects are like really what was missing pushing this card over the top for us. Like, this card felt like it was close. But these style of effects feel like they really just push it up over.
Hone your prowess.
I'm going to take Time Raveler here. Because if this gets countered, I want to have another thing that cantrips me next turn. So that way I can have a better chance to hit my 5th land on time. Missing land drops is what I'm most worried about at the moment. He built this deck around Oath? Yeah, for sure. I'm not 100% sure. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The deeper we get into this season, the less I kind of find I like Treasure Map. Just because it feels like it's hard to play map on 2 and be activating it with how many good 3 and 4 mana spells there are in the format. Hey, Jammers, coming in hot with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. And there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. you. Enjoy your draw one. Hey, Zareko, thank you for the 7 months. Welcome back. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this Karn at? If they tap out to kill this, I get to stick a Teferi next turn, which is great.
Do not pity
If you show
Like, they can flip Search for Azcanta here, but I feel like we're still ahead if they do that, so... Why not mini Tef first? Because they can't counter ever again. I really wanted to give myself the best chance to hit my 5th land on 5 there. So Karn gives me the best chance to hit a land. Because if I plus and hit land plus a spell like I did, my opponent's very likely to give me the land. That deck's actually in the deck queue, Tony. Conley Woods has been working on it as a deck idea. Oh, because that's not mana efficient, Limb Nursery. Wanna use my mana and get sustained card advantage going.
Let us march into battle and make new comrades. This looks like a fun new toy.
Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Let's do this.
I'm not done yet.
I think I just play Oath of Teferi and Tuck Lily. I could play Little Teferi and bounce this too, that's true. Yeah, that's probably better, huh? Just like make it so they can't counterspell me.
Not going to sit this one out. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Hey, Monster Man. Do. Thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Yeah, being mana efficient is a big part of Magic for sure. Alright, so they can't cast spells on my turn, which is great.
Hurry!
Hurry. So I'm going to do this, which blinks my Narset. So she's going to get reset. So he goes up. He goes up. Teferi tucks this in. We did play Zach's deck. It was a little bit rough for us. So I'm going to tuck this in. I'll play my land. I'll Oath of Kaya their zombie token. I could not have vaulted Big Teferi. I had already activated Teferi. So he could go to 8, but then he wouldn't be able to activate for the turn.
Let's take it back.
So they ticked this to 3, which makes sense because they want to kill my Narset before she does stuff. But then this Oath of Kaya kills this, which then means that this is gonna get to sit and play and draw cards for us. I also have a Saheeli sitting in exile here from this Karn from earlier, and they're gonna want to blow this up proactively so I don't get another impulse activation off my Narset. So end of turn, Oath of Teferi will bring Narset back, and I'll get to untap 2 lands. Dorian Costly, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Past, present, and future are bound by threads of time. Such violence is upsetting.
No time for a break. Keep up the pace.
New Magic player started playing Paper and Arena Standard. Love your stream. I'm pushing Platinum currently. I'm looking for something other than a Azorius aggro deck to play. Any suggestions? If you want a different aggressive deck, I'm a huge fan of the green-red Sarkhan deck that you can find on my website. I think that deck's very good against the lots of the different control decks we have in the format right now. So I'm going to start by plussing this to see what we get, because I can down-tick him as well because of Oath of Teferi. So, I have a Saheeli in my exile that I can guaranteed get right now.
I'll make use of
Alright, we're getting a Saheeli, I guess. Mono Red's a fine deck.
your patience is rewarded.
Mono Red is very reasonable. So I'm going to have to untap 4 lands because I plus Teferi twice here. So I'm going to put a tapped land into play because I'm going to have to hold up both of these regardless. Hybrid coming in with the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Thanks for keeping me employed here.
The world yields art, not oppression.
And the fact that they decided to cast this awful card means that they had to bottom their Liliana that I took with my Teferi, which is great for us. They're trying to bounce their Augur here to save it. I really don't want them to bounce it. Just want that gone. A 1/3. A 1/3 is kind of annoying in the face of my 1/1s. Just wanted sub to say thank you for all the great content. Longtime lurker took the green red Sarkhan deck to plat with 0 issues. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely like my pick for my favorite aggro deck in the format right now. Noob Ally coming in hot with the 3-month resub. The number of instants and sorceries you need for Augur of Bolas to hit consistently is much higher than people think. Mathematically speaking, in order to get into a range that I would be comfortable considering saying you don't miss with very often, you need to have 25 plus copies of instants and sorceries in your deck, which a lot of people can't manage. I think I'm going to leave in the Mortifies and the Oath of Kayas. Oath of Kaya can finish off their Planeswalkers like a Narset after they downtick or a Teferi. Well, I guess they're just blue blocks. They probably just have Narset. And Mortify kills their Azcantas. I guess Despark is pretty good here. Despark kills their big Planeswalkers. I'd rather have this than some Oath of Kaya. Yeah, probably. With 26 hits, you're still like 16% to miss. I don't think our mana base currently can support a colorless land without first cutting a spell for it, which I'm not 100% certain that these treasure maps are actually good in this deck. And if I cut the treasure maps, I think I'd want to go up a land. But I think if I was going to add a colorless land, it would definitely be Mobilized District. So I might cut these treasure maps for a Mobilized District and another spell. Started out my morning by shattering my French press on the floor. Can I have a timeout to think about what I've done? Welcome back, Beaks. Hope you didn't hurt yourself. Shattering things sounds dangerous. Mobilized District is very good. This game's like not amazing, but post board my opponent's going to have things like actually, you know what? It might have been perfect. It might have been right to leave in some cheaper removal because they're probably a Thief of Sanity deck, especially post board. Hitting mana for Thought Erasure here is great though, obviously. We get to do this into one of these now. God bless us, everyone. And Oath of Kaya is actually going to stay right there for the reason I listed when we kept her in. So they're going to play this Narset, they're going to downtick, and I'm going to play this Oath of Kaya and kill their Narset. Yeah, Oath of Kaya is really good. Sure. I have multiple good 3s here, so even though they get to Thought Erasure me next turn, I'm still just like in a pretty reasonable spot.
I shall miss your company.
Gosh, our hand is beautiful. It's beautiful, that's for sure. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. I haven't played Arena in like 5 days. Is Bant really the new tier 1? I know Twitter's going crazy about it. I don't think it's the best deck in the format by any means, but I think it's just a mid-range deck that's competitive against Nexus of Fate. So like people are excited about it. I think I'm gonna cut it after this match for Xbox. Yeah, you can bounce your own Oath with Teferi too. I played a little bit of Bant off stream last night, and little Teferi bounce your own Frilled Mystic is kind of a drug that I'm into. It's like really sweet. The Banto Ketra deck seems super reasonable. That was a great draw. So do I Narset down? I think I'd rather get Karn going here, because Karn propels me into lands.
I am Karn.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! Mythic 471. Hey, I'm gonna cut the jank maps. I'm gonna throw a Mobilized District in as a single colorless land, and then one more of something else. I just like play another Azcanta. Azcanta's like real good, right? Azcanta finds every card in our deck. That's probably the actual answer, huh? It's like similar to Treasure Map, but doesn't require a mana activation every turn. I really don't like Discovery Dispersal. I'm not a huge fan of... What's the word that I'm searching for? I'm not a huge fan of cards like that that take mana and don't impact the board. Well, like, Search for Azcanta has a similar effect, but it also has game-winning card advantage at the end of the day in some matches, so... I think that's probably what I want. The fourth Narset in the board might also be overkill. I think I'm gonna trim the fourth Narset for another Obnixus Cruelty. Because we're gonna want that effect if we run into the green-red deck. It also might be wrong to not have four Kaya's Wrath in my 75. Yeah, I'm adding District as a 26th land. So I don't think I can afford to play District on 25 with trying to play Kaya's Wrath and blue cards and stuff like that. It's always nice when we have a contender for the deck of the day nice and early. Our deck's just got a lot of top end in it, Demir Spy. There's a second Ugin in the sideboard, but I just don't want to like clump up on having too many pieces of top end and not enough things to do early. Yeah, I agree, Pikes. In fact, the other Esper Planeswalker deck we've been working on has 27 lands in it. I can also see it being reasonable to get up to just 4 Oath of Kaya in the 75. This card's very good in the aggressive matchups. No plays on 1 and 2 against double basic mountain. Alright, what are you doing? You playing a big red deck or just an aggro deck with a bad keep? Bigger red deck. Got it. Huh. I think it's just Rekindling Phoenix, huh? Grab their Chandra here. Blue-black Kefnet was a little rough yesterday, if I'm being completely honest. If they draw a land next turn, if they draw a green source to play the Growth Chamber Guardian, I'll go Search plus Scorn. If they brick on the green source, I'll play Karn. If they play Sarkin, they're likely to down-tick him and make a dragon the turn they play him, which then gives us the ability to kill him with Oath of Kaya, which is great. What was the deck of the day yesterday? I think I picked two. I think Black, White Aristocrats and one other. If you head on over to my website and click Videos Favorites, the decks of the day from every day are up there in a nice clean playlist. I just want to hit my land drops at this point. Hey, look at that. Land number 26 coming in hot.
I'm the best fire starter there is. There's no problem fire can't solve.
This kills the dragon that Sarkin's gonna make. Yeah, I think Green Black Citadel is pretty good. We climbed pretty high with that deck the other day.
Let's light it up.
Yeah, Oath of Kaya doing work here. Give me them sweet hit points. We got a double shot card. It's a little unfortunate, but that's what it is.
I have let my friends down.
I think I Oath of Teferi. And kill the girl Spellbreaker.
What's that smell? Oh, it's you burning.
You call it anarchy. It's just another day about it, boys.
I fight with a dragon's rage.
There's only 5 cards in my bin. That's unfortunate. I really needed to flip this turn. What does Karn have in exile? I can't check my exile zone right now. Thanks, Magic Arena. I don't think it's good. It's just a Narset. Alright, I'm gonna start with this.
I am not. Let's skip to the good part.
Let's tuck Chandra in. Let's pass back. Yeah, Teferi's gonna gain us some life here. And then if they draw a brick here, my little Teferi is gonna get to bounce this, and then Mobilized District is gonna get to kill this. My search for Azcanta also flips next turn, guaranteed if they kill my Teferi. If they kill my Teferi, I gain another 2, which is nice. And little Teferi will mean if they drew like a lightning strike, they won't be able to interact with my Mobilized District.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
Actually, don't think I want Kaya's Wrath at this point.
Longer. Stand by and watch. I'll protect you.
If I play this, Mobilized District only costs me 2 to activate, so I can do that.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpiece.
Here we go.
Rapidly approaching garbage time.
I will. Impossible.
I got a Flash and Wrath when they were 4/4 flyers. Maybe.
Punish you if they catch you.
I feel like that is the possibility to go sideways on me.
Let's try this. That's more like it.
I guess I should have... Let's keep District untapped.
If you wish to surrender, meditate and prepare. Put thoughtfulness before action.
I guess Oath of Teferi would have reset this, which could have been appealing. I think I'm going to hold up Mortify this turn rather than attack with this, because I don't really care about this card.
Let's do this.
Yeah, District is really strong.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Little Tef does not bounce Planeswalkers. Gotta love the resub reminder ads. Good morning, Dim. Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Super happy I put the second Cruelty in my board for this matchup. Alright, what do I want to trim here? Oath of Kaya was like super impressive there. Oh, it can bounce the Oath of Teferi. That's funny. Yeah, you're super right. This is probably a Narset out matchup, huh? I need 3 more cuts here. What are my trims? Oath of Teferi's like sweet, but it's probably a little bit too clunky here. Now, I think Thought Erasure is pretty important to keep in here. That card's super powerful. Being able to like know what I'm playing around and break up their curve is strong. Now, I think so this deck is not playing Vraska's Contempt, so I think I want my Ugins to be able to kill their Planeswalkers. Seems great. So, like, Veto gives us a very real danger of hitting wrong half problem. They have, like, Spellbreaker here. I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. It's a 3-drop I can't kill. Yeah. I guess I get to Oath of Teferi, but it means I can't play Planeswalker this turn, which sucks. Get to gain 2 here. This card has nice symmetry against Spellbreaker. It almost undoes it. It undoes it completely, basically.
I'm known for my excellent kite. This might be a bad idea.
And then if they replay the Phoenix this turn, I get to play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, plus him, and then Despark him.
No sword can pierce my scales. Magnificent! No, I am not making this up as I go.
Yeah, is it just Scorn plus Despark? I think that's the line. Since they had a Sarkin. It doesn't I'm not happy about it, but it's the line, right?
Does not lose. Look to the skies.
Oh, and they even attack my Planeswalker, so I get in a hit for 2. That's so good. I think I just tucked this in. Feels like a little bit bad against a haste threat, but seems fine.
I know my response. You need to slow down.
We've not seen black cards out of them yet.
Hey, over here. This is just gonna be bad for you.
We need to move quickly. Nothing. I know my responsibility. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Yeah, I would bet they're black splashes for fine finality.
Sit back and watch it burn.
So I get to Kaya's Wrath, both of these. And then I get to Little Teferi bounce their token. And then Obnix's Cruelty deals with this. The problem is these Cinder Vines are like eventually becoming problematic. I have to worry about this Chandra too at some point. Oh, you know, I should erasure first there to surveil the top of my deck. Doesn't matter.
Are you certain of your decision?
This is going to 7 next turn, right? Yeah, it's a little scary. Yeah, they can activate this to kill this, I'm aware.
Let's light it up.
I assume this is hitting me. I think I'm just dead no matter how I slice this.
No time for a break.
No, I bounced the egg last turn. Yeah, like if I took the Chandra, I'm dead to Cindervines. The Cindervines were very good there. No, Ashiok's not a playable magic card. JMP. Weird. Graveyard hate and preventing searching just aren't like effects that are relevant in Standard. Well, I definitely want to keep my Ugins in. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. We kind of just got run down by double Cindervines without seeing a Mortify. Never saw a Mortify or a an Ugin. Seems pretty good. Probably not Reverent. Mill really isn't a viable win condition in terms of in a competitive sense. Oh, their hand is really good. I think it's that one. This deck's lack of Vraska's Contempt might be wrong. Yeah, I could see it was between Chandra and Phoenix, I think, for sure. We drew an answer to Chandra, but we're about to get Thought Erasure, so that's no longer the case. So we're hoping to draw a source of card advantage next turn. The good news is that, like, the 2-1 doesn't matter a whole lot, and it eventually just gets cleaned up in a Wrath. Definitely a little bit of wrong half problem going on in these last 2 games that we've played. Like, last game just desperately needed a Mortify and couldn't find one to save our lives. In this game, we, like, need a Despark or a Planeswalker and can't find one.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this now that they that we have a Karn in play that I'd kind of like to protect.
This is just gonna be bad for you.
Really need an Ugin or a Teferi.
Well chosen.
Okie doke.
There's no problem fire can't solve.
I think Chandra's pretty good in general.
We begin. Behold!
Especially in these mid-range decks that have kind of an aggressive slant, because it means attacking her tends to be bad for you. I think I actually want that.
The time has
Because that'll let me attack their
Let's slow this down. Time
That'll
is
let me
much
attack their
more
Sarkin next turn.
think.
No, not at all, Simon. A lot of the times you play both. This deck just has a lot of other pieces of expensive cards in it, so I didn't fit in copies of Vraska's Contempt while we were making edits. That might be a mistake.
Bad for you.
It's definitely something to think about.
I summon you.
I mean, Azcanta and Contempt kind of do the same thing. Or kind of do different things, I should say.
Now what?
5 cards in my bin. 6 cards in my bin. I think I'm gonna plus Karn again here.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Yeah, they know about the Wrath, but that doesn't mean this still isn't the play.
Sorry I'm late.
I just Teferi plus and
Don't
pass
worry,
here.
I got this.
Hey, Bird, thanks for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. I hate to flip Azcanta next turn, which is great. So it's like, do they just like not use Sarkin this turn? Because like if they down tick him, the dragon plays into the Wrath. I'm gonna let Teferi just take this hit for the team.
No more games.
I don't think the Borgod really solves any problems that their deck has.
Your end has arrived.
I think I'm in for that. It's like cheap interaction. This is flipping guaranteed, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. I have another baby Teferi in exile. I don't really need that right now.
You may regret that choice.
Alright, so we got a big Tef for next turn, so that's sweet. I get to plus this on up.
Done the
If I
hero.
Mobilized District hit their Chandra, she deals damage back to one of my Planeswalkers, which I don't really want to happen, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. Because I have Teferi next turn almost guaranteed with this on 8. So I can just tuck her in again. We just like keep treading water here against the Chandras until we find a new game. Cindervines, sure. How many Mortifies am I through? 1? Looks like 1. Yeah, I'm not sure that the Borgod's really very good in general. So we're going to take 3 total here, because they're going to Cindervines my Oath of Kaya, but I think that's fine. I choose you, Pikachu. You, tuck in
You
you.
need to take a time out.
Do I want to cash this in? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go ahead and plus it.
This might be a bad idea.
Yeah, we've had some good back and forth here. I think we're finally pulling ahead though.
Track. What's that smell?
Another Cindervines is real annoying.
Burning.
So,
Keep the pace.
it doesn't look like it, but this actually answers Cindervines because this gets to bounce Cindervines.
Here we go.
That was an absurd draw. Yeah, we're quickly pivoting into winning the game territory here for sure.
Awaken.
I know how to stop you.
This is the part where we just 2-turn clock them. They just don't have a comeback mechanic in their deck from this point, right? That's pretty sweet. We just like played through them drawing 2 cards from Chandra all game. Yeah, sure. I do think we probably still want a Contempt or 2 in the 75, but it was fun seeing that we could just play through it. The Despark was clutch. I agree. How do we fit Vraska's Contempt in here? How do we fit Vraska's Contempt in here? We are, Zach. I already only have 2 Mortifies. Maybe it is just a search that has to go. I don't know. I kind of like search as a way to filter my early draws and make sure I help hit my land drops. Gosh, the oaths have been so good though. So like Oath blinking Oath of Kaya has been really good. Oath resetting Narset's been really good. Ribbon, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Have a sword to go with your shield. Maybe 2 is just to win more. I probably don't ever want to get stuck with 2 of these in my hand when they're not good. I have a lot of things that draw cards, like having another kind of over-the-top card is probably not ideal. I don't need, like that last game was like, Oath would have been good there, but it's not super necessary, right? And I don't really want to cut an Ugin to add a Vraska's Contempt, because that's like trading a card that solves a thing for another card that solves a thing. And I want additional cards that solve things, basically. Maybe 3 Vetoes is unnecessary. Between my Mortifies, my discard spells, my Desparks, maybe I don't need this many counterspells post-board. And like my Time Ravelers. Maybe I trim that. That's probably the answer. Let's go down on one of those and go up that. Let's do that. I think 3 Search is really good, chat. So, Search for Azcanta is a card that's similar to something like Vivian's Arcbow in that you almost always want it early, and when you have it early, it helps you not draw extra copies of it as the game goes late. Search also finds literally every spell in our deck. I might be sad keeping this, but we're going to try. This deck wins in such a strange way that it's tough for me to identify garbage time, but it's entertaining to watch, I think, because it's walkers that bounce things rather than counter spells. Yeah, I agree. I agree with your suspect. They chose Phoenix. I think there's a good chance they have a 2-drop here, so I'm going to play this untapped. Yeah, if we curve out to 5, we should be in a pretty good spot here. They're probably another red-green deck, huh? One of the things that's important to note about Narset versus Search for Azcanta is that while Narset generates a similar style of card advantage in the mid to late game, Narset explicitly does not help us find land drops, which is one of the reasons why I want the 3 searches, because I don't want to stumble too often in the early game with this deck.
I was raised by wolves. Let's just fight. Though, they might have also just been big dogs.
I was raised by wolves, but they might have also just been big dogs. I'm just going to go ahead and plus this up for now. I'll feel bad if they like have a Scraggan Hellkite and kill him this turn, but I think I want to save his down tick to try and bounce a creature to keep their board in check.
I bow to no one.
Yep, this feels a little bad too, but it is what it is.
Enough.
Land?
Hardly my
Land?
first defeat.
Land? Gosh, if we'd hit a land there, we'd be in an absurd spot. We'd get to Teferi plus Tyrant Scorn the Girl Spellbreaker. I think this is just, hey, look, a distraction.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
The problem here, and the reason why this isn't nearly as game-winning, is because now my opponent has the opportunity to commit a second threat to the table. So when I play Teferi plus him and kill... Oh, they're playing Chandra. Chandra's actually good for us here because it's something that uses their mana that doesn't add creatures to the board, which means when I play this Teferi next turn, I'm going to be able to clear their entire board off here.
Not every fight can end in victory.
So I put a stop on my end step here, so that way after my Teferi untaps my lands, I'm able to use Tyrant Scorn. Because remember, once that we get to my opponent's turn, this thing's gonna have hexproof again, and I'm not gonna be able to kill it.
This is just gonna be bad for you.
Nothing disgusts me more than law and order. Ugh.
Yep.
That didn't pan out. Hurry!
So, I think I Oath plus Mortify this. I think I just want to get this off the table. And then, like, this kills Teferi, but then I gain some more. And then, like, my next Teferi can clean this up. Again, putting a stop at my end steps this way I don't have to shock. I need to do this before their upkeep, because if you kill the egg in response to its trigger, they still get the Phoenix back. So we're a little bit behind at the moment, but not the end of the world.
Light it up!
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
I've lived with animals my entire life. Explains a lot, actually.
So I get to do this. I get to tuck their Chandra in. And then this kills Teferi again next turn. But again, I'm going to get to hit them for 2 and gain 2 more, going up to 27. And like, this thing's got a bunch of loyalty on it, but it doesn't ultimate, so it doesn't really matter. And then next turn I get to go Saheeli into Teferi. Hey, KLBG, thanks for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Or yeah, it's just this into Teferi, right? Like, they can down tick and have this fight the token, but then they're attacking a Planeswalker again and not killing it, and I'm getting 2 more life off my Oath of Kaya.
Sorry I'm late. Hold that thought.
Oh, or that's just the best draw in my deck. Could you have Oath, killed Spellbreaker on their turn, killed the Phoenix with Mortify on your second turn, bounce the token, play second? I'm not sure. It's too many turns ago at this point, Nivik. I don't remember. Kale, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You also, yeah, you definitely can't kill Spellbreaker on their turn. So we wait for this to go ahead and attack. Because we get the Oath of Kaya trigger. This Oath of Kaya has gained us 9 life. This Oath of Kaya has gained us 9 life. And it is just completely and totally absurd. Maybe killing Harpooner there and trade 2 tokens. Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably a little bit better. I agree with your assessment that I should have traded. I should have killed this and then traded. Hey, my wife and I are going to the baby doctor at 3 to discover what the sex of our first child will be. Today it will be incredibly slow, but having the stream on in the background at work does help. Thanks for the 2 months. It's an exciting time for sure.
We need to move quickly.
I really need like 1 more piece of card advantage here. Unfortunately, I think I have to burn this Kaya's Wrath at this point because I want to keep my Planeswalkers high. And I wouldn't have to burn that Kaya's Wrath there if I would have taken the other line of scorning that and then double blocking earlier.
Oh, it's you burning.
That's really good. That's probably game winning. We've just drawn too many blanks this game. They're going to get to kill my Teferi. What? No, I'm not going to be playing in the fandom tournament. They draw Shock? Do they draw Shock or are they giving me another draw with Teferi? Alright, that's not the Stone Cold Works, I guess.
Hold that thought.
Alright, it's another good spell. I got plenty of cards in my bin. The fandom tournament being played without a delay kind of killed my desire to play it.
Might demands power.
Alright, let's see how they attack here. This is super ideal. So, this is the Planeswalker I wanted to bounce anyways. And now I get to keep my Teferi because they didn't commit 2 cards to my Teferi. Oath of Kaya has now dealt 12 points of damage to them this game. I get to flip my search for Azcanta this turn.
What's that? Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
And because I have a Teferi plus here, I get to double activate my search for Azcanta.
Keep up the pace.
Which is great.
My prowess is on home your prowess. Open mind.
Jason L, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Or welcome. Thanks for keeping me around.
Until I'll make use of that later.
I just subbed so I can say sick draws. Well, welcome. I appreciate it. Alright, and like, they're down to 5, so we're kind of getting into a range where like, they can't even be attacking my planeswalkers because the Oath of Kaya is just gonna kill them.
Let's light it up.
Oh no, they found a way to kill my Teferi. Rats. We're basically a burn deck, right? I get to get Contempt with Karn next turn too and answer their Chandra.
Only time will tell.
I mean, they can attack my walkers, just it's not gonna end. It's just not gonna end well for them. You'll feel the burn. Yep.
A curious choice.
Oh! 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 All right. Don't mind me. I'll take that one. I love when the deck of the day is an easy pick. Grixon, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I mean, like, yikes. Can we even... I feel like I should end early today because the rest of the stream can only be disappointing after this. The remainder of the day, the rest of the stream today can only go down. All right, so Narset's an easy cut because she doesn't prevent them from actually drawing anything. I want my extra Contempt. I want my Desparks. Shut up and take my wild cards, right? Is Saheeli an okay cut here? I feel like I mostly want her when I'm a little bit on the proactive plan, and I feel like I want to turtle up and just generate card advantage here and interact a lot. This is the Esper Friends deck, Crixin. It's been very good. I've been gifted free speech. Well, welcome, Fohawk. I think I'm going to trim a search here. Yeah, I think I've got an Esper Friends deck on my website. I think I'm going to update it to be this deck list after today. This hand doesn't have any cheap removal in it, but it's got 7 foil cards, so it's an easy keep. No 2-drop is absurd here for us. And because I have the Contempt, I'm actually just going to take this Chain Whirler to disrupt their curve. So now I get to go Erasure into tapped land, Erasure into Contempt your play. Now I think Ugin is the card that I want rather than Liliana, because Ugin like destroys problem permanents, which is more important, I think. Longtime lurker, some here is overdue. I enjoy how you verbalize your thoughts for your plays and explain why you're doing it. Well, thanks for the support, Crixin. I appreciate you keeping me around. So this is like our ideal start off of our opponent not having a 2-drop. Actually, I guess I should have just done this on my turn, because if they have like a lightning strike here and they kill their own thing, I'm a little sad. I like have a Teferi and can tuck the egg, but like I could have played around that. Yeah, so like now I'm actually in a little bit of trouble here. Because they drew Lightning Strike and a 2-drop threat. So my ideal start here could be lost to me because I messed up my sequencing. Whereas like if they don't get to Lightning Strike me there, I get to so now I need like Kaya's Wrath. I'm like I haven't just like lost the game, but I'm in a much worse spot than I otherwise would be if I would have played around Lightning Strike. I think I just play Ugin and plus here. It is worth noting from this position that Liliana would have been better than Ugin here, right? As like a down tick. I think I'm going to take this trade and leave this not able to kill Sarkin. I am going to need some live draws at this point, though. That's the start of a live draw. I think I'm going to plus Ugin before I Kaya's Wrath, because if I hit a Thought Erasure or a Scorn, it's good for me.
Ether itself serves me.
How do we feel about Teferi downtick here? And then they have to choose which Planeswalker they're killing. I think I like that, actually.
I won't hide from the world. Any eye is much more malleable than people think.
And then I get, like, this Growth Chamber Guardian with the Kaya's Wrath as well.
Who are you? Behold! It's only a matter of time.
That's a good draw.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Yeah, them choosing to play Kill Tef instead of Ugin definitely worked out for me. I have 6 cards in my bin, which means the Search for Azcanta guaranteed flips next turn after they kill this Ugin. Oath of Kaya kills Sarkin here, but notably they do have another Sarkin on top of their deck. Yeah, my opponent, this game was a good example of my opponent being able to capitalize on me making a small mistake. My opponent's drawn well, but if I hadn't made a mistake, I wouldn't have allowed them to be in a position to draw well effectively. If I play this Teferi and tuck this Growth Chamber Guardian, my Mobilized District can kill this, which I think is ideal. And if they want this to find a friend, they're going to shuffle this away. So I need to activate this in response, because otherwise I'd have to shock this in. Because once I lose the Teferi, this costs 1 more to activate. So that goes back in their deck. I do this. I go ahead and attack this here. And now I'm a little bit behind at the moment, but I have an active search for Azcanta, so like in reality, I'm not really that far behind. We're like an Oath of Kaya away. Actually, if we just find a removal spell for this, I kill this, and then this could kill this, right? Was that actually the best draw? Was that actually the best card we could find there? I think that was actually the best card we could find there. Because this bounces this and gives me enough to activate this, and it draws me a card.
That's more like it.
So, small mistake on my part. Allowed my opponent to get back into this game a little bit, but we've just, like, pretty thoroughly dumpstered them at this point.
I know. Sit back and watch it burn.
I'm going to start by activating this. I don't want to tap my District, though, so please no. Oh, yep, that one. Definitely that one. Mobilized District is really, really good. I agree. Alright, so I am enjoying this deck. We've got a lot of decks to get to today, and I always like to try and end on high notes, so I'm going to wrap things up there. I'm definitely going to replace the Blue-Black X Super Friends deck on my website with this list. It felt like we got things to a really good spot. The Oath of Kayas were super impressive in there. I feel like the mix of Planeswalkers we arrived at felt kind of reasonable as well. As sweet as Oath of Teferi is, I do think probably trimming to 1 is likely ideal. I played 3 matches with Bant Bow off stream last night and won all of them. Or no, wait, I played 4 and went 3-1, but one of them was a freebie because I was at the Diamond 1 floor. So I was 2 wins away from Mythic this morning, and I think, did we win every match we played with this? I think we won every match we played with this. Did we only play 3? I feel like we played 4. Was it only 3 in an hour and a half? I don't remember how many we played. We played against Green Red more than once. Any rate, they were all sweet. So let's grab some blue-black friends up here next. Do you feel like you get enough card draw without chemisters? Yeah, I think so. So like this draws cards, 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 this draws cards. Got a lot of ways to draw cards in here. I think when we have 3 colors worth of planeswalkers, there's plenty of ways